My Gavan and Melodyne, and well met indeed. I'm Arachie Galajerthan, and welcome back to Middle-earth, as we continue on with the battle for Middle-earth, as we now join with Frodo and Sam in the halls of Shelob herself above the tower of Cirith Ungol, the pass into Mordor.
Frodo Baggins has been lost in the lair of Shelob. His loyal friend Samwise Gamgee must find him if they are to continue their journey and free Middle-earth from the dominion of Sauron.
This way. Hurry. Come quickly now. You fat.
He's got his pan ready.
Mr. Frodo.
Mr. Frodo.
Search for Frodo in Shelob's lair. Sam, use your sword to free webbed units. You can count on me.
Now, if memory serves, I was thinking about this morning on my way into work. This level, I seem to recall being one of the harder ones. Now, I could be completely wrong. I might be missing that mark entirely. But younger me seems to be calling out from the depths of time, screaming, Galu! Remember, this level was hard, so pay attention. I could be wrong, and it might be an absolute doddle, but there's just something that made me think that this one is one of the harder ones.
Thank you for saving me. I thought my time.
Oh, it's not going to help when we don't click on things. Yeah, rank 3 Gondorian. Right, let's go south. Or east, rather, I suppose.
Quickly!
Into the dark.
That's a safe route.
Darkness. I was going to say bowels then, but I'd already started with the word depths, and so I ended up just saying nothing.
Leave me here. Ready. Just want well.
I just want well.
Stand ready. Make ready. Bows at the ready. Stand ready.
Cut me loose.
Let's go.
I think we're finding some of them.
Can't be taking no Please help me. I'm covered in this web.
I've got to cut ready. Draw your
Oh, they're very fast, aren't they? But that doesn't seem to help them. They keep missing our units. What's your flank? They're a paranoid bunch. In we go, deeper, deeper.
We can't be taking no naps out here. Hurry up!
Get more of that money. Right, let's go west now instead of east. 'Cause east must surely be the end of the level.
This way!
We want to gather together all the souls of Gondor that we can find. These poor wretches, scouts and guards, I should imagine, of the path of Cirith Ungol. They've been caught by Shelob and left. We shall free them. Samwise the Brave.
Keep moving.
He's strong enough to deal with most things on his own, to be honest. I think let's make them 2 and him 1.
Quickly! Hurry up!
Make ready.
Just want well.
He kills them in 1 hit. He's better than the Gondorians. Use the file. The file just stuns everything around you. It's useful, but not massively necessary. And obviously, as soon as we find Frodo again, it goes to him.
Get me down! I'm stuck! Come on, Samwise. Don't let Mr. Frodo down.
There we are. Move on.
Bows at the ready.
Oh, we got the healing. You'll note that most of our powers are locked off, and we can't do anything with the 3 that we have anyway.
Come on, Samwise.
This level is, fair warning to you all, if nothing else, going to be slow, because there's no base building, there is no grand enemy to fight, save Shelob herself at the end.
Stand ready.
Cut me down!
This way.
I won't let you down.
Oh, blimey.
Stand ready, Archer.
No!
Keep a lookout.
It's almost like you want to slow the game down, but you just can't.
Come on, Samwise. Don't let Mr. Frodo down.
That's what I mean. Immediately, we've lost basically all of the forces that we've freed.
I won't let you down. Come on, Samwise.
Be still.
Frodo down.
It's because of the ridiculous controls. The camera is very, very close to the game, and the cursor takes up loads of the screen, but can only select these people in the most tiniest section. So if you just casually look at them and try and click on them, often you'll get that. But the cursor just does nothing.
Keep a lookout.
Samwise will not fail.
I'm not even playing at times 6. It was still dying to speed. And it's just an older game, isn't it? Like, those spiders move way too quick to actually be able to click on them.
Only one way to get the pink gear.
He says, immediately then clicking on one.
All right.
I can't believe there was a cave troll. Oh, come on, game. If those soldiers prove to be necessary at the end, we're going to be shafted now.
Don't leave me here. Over here. This way.
You might be wondering to yourselves, hey, but Galu, what exactly is Shelob? Who is Shelob? Why is there this giant spider on the border of Mordor? And the answer to that question is, we don't really know. Shelob, like basically every spider in existence, is a child of Ungoliant, the great and almost physical representation of darkness that Ungoliant is. You'll be familiar with Ungoliant if you've read the Silmarillion, of course. She, or he, or it, was a giant spider that Melkor teamed up with to steal, well, not steal, but to destroy the trees of Valinor and steal the Silmarils. And but then when Melkor and Ungoliant fled Valinor with the Silmarils in hand, they made it to Middle-earth, where Ungoliant then demanded the Silmarils as payment, even though she'd already been given the sap from the trees themselves to drink. And Melkor denied her the Silmarils, and there was a bit of an altercation, but the two essentially then just went their separate ways. And it was said that Ungoliant was then all-consuming was her hunger, that she inevitably and eventually consumed herself till she was no more. But then the great spiders that then appear in Tolkien's Legendarium thereafter, he often relates back to Ungoliant, and they often get grouped together with the singular title of Spawn of Ungoliant. And Shelob is one such spawn. Now, I gather that if you play the Shadow of War or Shadow of Mordor, whichever one of those games is second, I think that in the second one, Shelob takes the form of a human woman, and they turn Shelob into this shapeshifter. I don't really know why. I've not played the second game. Not because I'm a die-hard lore nerd who couldn't possibly see them massacre my baby. But because I didn't really enjoy the first game, so I didn't think I'd enjoy the second one. I should probably give it another go, though, to be honest. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it to a degree, but mostly I just found the first game a bit repetitive. And if the reviews of the second game are anything to go by, that one was equally repetitive. So I haven't played the second one, but I've seen a few visuals where it would seem Shelob has the form of a woman. But that is entirely made up for that game. Shelob does not have the form of a woman. She cannot shapeshift. She is a giant spider. And I imagine that Shelob was... Oh, it's Gollum. I imagine that Shelob was a victim of time, like almost everything in Tolkien's Legendarium. Shelob was almost certainly put into the story... oh, I thought we could go east there, but we can't. It just goes here. Shelob was almost certainly put into the story to create this dark to create this dark threat for Frodo and Sam. So they'd abandoned the Fellowship, they'd gone their own way, they were fighting with Gollum's constant back and forth, but equally they needed something else to present itself as a problem, and Shelob obviously gave that opportunity. And in addition, I feel like Shelob is almost necessary, because were Shelob not in these caves and tunnels, then Mordor and Gondor would use these as a way to go back and forth from Mordor and Gondor. So having Shelob there acted as the sort of darkness in the tunnels that scared the common folk and meant they didn't trespass in this place. So it gave Tolkien two good reasons to have Shelob, would be my hypothesis. And of course, when he then developed his Legendarium further and further and further... Oh, it's Shelob coming now.
Come on now. We can't be taking no naps out here. Ready yourselves.
Oh, we made it run away, and... Oh, I see, the Gondorians now are just here to die. Oh, goodness gracious, Sam, she really dicks on you, doesn't she? Oh, pardon me. You can take one more hit, can't you? Yeah, there we are. I think we got it. Samwise is absolutely massacring the woman.
Go to Tirith to find Frodo.
Keep moving.
Well, let's not go to Cirith Ungol just yet.
Let's go.
So I think Shelob was presented in the story to give Frodo and Sam a challenge to overcome, and to close a loophole of, well, why did no one use this pass into Mordor? Oh, because there's a giant spider in it. And then as he developed his Legendarium more, it then became apparent that Shelob could be related in some way to Ungoliant, a character he'd already created and gave a lot of story to. If you have read the Silmarillion, you will know Ungoliant is a chief part of the story of the Silmarils themselves. And a pretty cool character, to be honest, even if we do know very little about her. And then I think in time, were Tolkien immortal, we would have got a very, very fulfilling and satisfying conclusion to the story of Shelob, and to learn exactly what Shelob was, why she lives in these caves, why she's never mentioned until the stories of the Third Age. But of course, alas, time takes all, and Tolkien is no stranger to that. Nor is he immune from that. Have we got everyone now? Yes, there we are. So apart from the few who died against the cave troll, maybe this level was harder when I was a kid, but maybe now, just by moving through methodically, it's proven to not be as hard. But welcome to Tirith Ungol. Now I know what you're wondering. You're saying, oh, Galu, what does Tirith Ungol actually mean? Tirith Ungol, quite unimaginatively, if I may just cast some shade on the great professor for a moment, Tirith Ungol means the pass of the spider. Or it means like narrow pass, and then it refers to the spiders, which is where the Ungol part comes in. And Tirith just means pass. So it's a bit unimaginative, really. But then that implies that Shelob was here from the time of the Númenóreans, because of course if it's named in Elvish, then it was either named by Númenóreans or the elves themselves. There are very few places in Middle-earth that are not named in Elvish. And my favourite example of that is always Rohan. Rohan and Rohirrim sound like such alien words, but Rohan and Rohirrim are both Sindarin words. They're not even in. They don't even name their nation in their own language. Now, of course, they do name their nation in their own language. Absolutely, of course they do. I personally don't actually know what Rohirric for Rohan is. I'm sure there will be some out there that have read every single thing Tolkien's ever written and will be able to tell you. But of course, in all of the media that we digest and ingest, is probably the better word, Rohan is always called Rohan and the Rohirrim are always called Rohirrim. But Rohan literally comes from the word rider, which is Rochon, R-O-C-H-O-N. And Rohirrim comes from, literally means horse lords or people of the horse. The suffix rim, R-I-M, denotes a peoples, and like you may see it as well in Angmarim, for example. And Rohir, again, just comes from that same root word that gives us horse and gives us rider. Alright, I'm going in, and I'm being a bit too ballsy with it, if I'm actually honest, but we can run Sam away, because he's the one that has to survive. But anyway, there you go. There's a little bit of an insight into Shelob and some of the naming of Lord of the Rings while we ran through this dark and dank and abysmal cave. May I also just extend my thanks to those of you who are here and who have seen the latest Ardenayim video, to the reception that the little message I did at the start of the second episode received. I wanted to do that, and I shall not hide it in any way. I was absolutely inspired by Izzy's Dorwinian campaign. It was the first one of his that I've seen where he did a narrative, and I thought it was fantastic. And I thought, well, I can do that. Now, obviously, the visuals were nowhere near as good, but I thought it would be good. It would help connect you, the viewer, to the story a little more if we had perspectives of people fighting the battles. And I'm also inspired by something that used to happen on the Discord way back when. Or it used to happen just generally on the channel, actually, not necessarily specifically related to the Discord. But for a long time, various peoples would write up little synopsises of my YouTube episodes from the perspective of peoples that were in them. So either the generals that we were fighting with, or from the perspective of the warriors. Knight of the North, one of the marshals on the Discord, many of you will know who he is if you've been on the Discord for any time at all. He used to write quite a few of them, and I saved all of his actually into a text file, and I read it every now and then because I thought they were fantastic. So I'd fight the level and something brilliant would happen, and then to read it back in this sort of grand story told way, I thought was brilliant. So I thought, well, why not do that for the Ardenayim? And we can give it a go, see how it goes. And the reception was really, really nice to read. It was almost overwhelmingly praised and welcomed by all of you, which I'm really chuffed with, because I did write it myself as well. And I am not an author, not a writer, but I enjoyed writing it, actually. And I didn't think I would. But I just wanted to say thank you to all, whilst our army now marches in and has to deal with those trolls. I've healed you, but I don't really know why. Now, as many of you have pointed out, last time I moaned about how the Tower Guard are absolutely useless in this game. And as I say, you pointed out, it's because this game is a pure rock, paper, scissors game. It's not until the second one that they become a little more nuanced. So in this game, it's cavalry beats archers. Archers beat infantry. Infantry beats archers if you can get close up to them. But primarily, infantry beats pikes. And then pikes beats cavalry. And because Fountain Guard are considered pikes, despite the fact that they are our elite melee unit, from the game's perspective, they are pikes, and therefore they will die to basically any infantry unit that the game has, which is just really disappointing. And it means that they are, in practice, ridiculously weak, because there aren't very many cavalry units for the evil nations. They're good against monsters as well, so the monsters plays a part. But because you're primarily be coming up against swarms of orc hordes and swarms of uruks for Isengard, the Swan Knights, the Fountain Guard then seem to lose out an awful lot because they just aren't good against those units. And that is very much the case because they're this ridiculous pike unit. Whereas in the second game, they take a little bit more of an elite versus standard tier approach. So elite units are elite units regardless of their specialization, and in the second game, Tower Guard are fantastic and they will do really well against basically anything. They still have the rock, paper, scissors approach, but now they are better. They don't die immediately. So because I've played number 2 an awful lot more, that was my brain was thinking of number 2's Tower Guard. But in this one, I'm very much of the opinion that actually my Gondor army should probably not bother with Tower Guard. And we should just stick with infantry. But there we are, you can see the Tower Guard falling to pathetic orcs. Which is disappointing because they look fantastic. Are they destroying that from above? Oh, they are. Oh, that's nice to see. Yes! Frodo has been saved.
The shadow has been turned back.
The shadow has been turned back. Damn right it has, Gandalf. Damn right it has. What a glorious day. Gondor has claimed Tirith once more. And despite all the Gondorian forces around the base, Sam is apparently going to go up the tower alone by the looks of that little shot then, didn't he? Right, how did you do, Samwise? 38 enemies were vanquished. Well done, little one. Well done. We found Frodo. Oh, it doesn't jump straight into the Pelennor Fields, does it?
Now in the heart of Gondor, Sauron's eye is fixed on the White City. If it falls, so falls all of Middle-earth.
Oh, damn. We should have spent more time with the Rohan army playing around here. Getting more stuff. Oh, balls. It's Minas Tirith. Alright, let's do it. Let's do it. This isn't going to be the hardest one, I don't think. Get the trebuchets.
Minas Tirith, the home of Gondor's throne, is the last hope of men to stand against the darkness of Sauron.
City of Kings. Here they come. The hordes assemble. Grond, the hammer of the underworld, is brought forth. That isn't called the hammer of the underworld. The hammer of the underworld is Grond when it was used as the weapon that Melkor went to battle with. But the Tolkien then had it that the orcs reused the name for the battering ram at Minas Tirith, and it was called Grond.
The armies of Mordor are approaching.
Approaching.
We must prepare the city.
The city. That guy. Could he talk any posher? All right, let's do this. Let's Billy Bob do this. Now again, this time we're going to use the archer thing to great effect.
Stand ready, archers. Archers.
Get the archers up on those walls.
Stand ready, archers.
Archers! And then in the doorway, we're going to have towers. And then we'll take a Gondor barracks, a Gondor archery range. You can give me stables. And the trebs at the back there. And then on this side, a marketplace. Oh, I thought that was a stoneworker, but it's not. It was just a workshop. Do we get any more building slots? Yeah, I thought we did. This is a very cool representation of Minas Tirith as well, isn't it? We need plenty of funds, and we're going to need to level up that archery range. Get those fire arrows. They make such a difference. And there's the very tip top. And there is our citadel, our central location. Right, do we want trebs here? Yeah, I think we should go trebs. Trebs. To be honest. And a postern gate's not the end of the world. Let's chuck one in there. I like symmetry. I'm a sucker for symmetry. Around the postern gate, we'll put 2 towers. Can I do the same thing on this side? Yes, we can. Nice. And then, can't you put trebuchets on these? Ah, no, you can move trebuchets up there, but you can't put them on top of them. But we can do that. So we want 4 of those, and get me a load of archers. And we've got all these Athelians. What do we actually have to do here at Minas Tirith today? Destroy all evil forces and bonus rank anyone to level 8. Oh, Boromir's with us. Now we got some cav. You can come and stand behind that posting gate. Might as well chuck a treb up there. We got more than enough money. Alright, let's get everyone up on the walls. So you are going to be told to stop. You're going to move forward and stop. You're going to stop.
Keep a lookout. Did you hear something?
Did you hear something? I can't remember how far down the walls the enemy actually bothers going. I'm not sure how far we need to bother defending. But we can put them there. Let's not have a repeat of Helm's Deep. Let's go over and above. And then reel them in if need be. We can't command any more troops. Right, you... Gandalf, you can come and stand up there, actually. Boromir, you can come and stand up there. Leadership abilities and all that. You guys go there. Let's focus on the gate, primarily. Maintain order! You guys go behind the wall. Right, oh, bugger, we're not going to get fire arrows then. Oh, no, we didn't get our trebs in time.
Let's move it. Rubble's loaded.
Rubble's loaded. The great city of Minas Tirith, once known as the great city of Minas Anor, Tower of the Sun, built as the chief city of the western half of the capital of Osgiliath. I mean, it wasn't really, but Osgiliath was taken as the capital of Gondor when the faithful fled to the sinking Isle of Numenor. And they founded Osgiliath in the centre, and then they built 2 defensive bastions either side. Minas Ithil, the Tower of the Moon, and Minas Anor, the Tower of the Sun. Where it's also then kind of implied that Isildur took Ithilien as his seat, and Anarion took Minas Anor as his seat, as you would expect. And they kind of named them after themselves, because Isildur and Anarion are also named after the Moon and the Sun. Yeah, we can't do anything with those. Those are going to be where the enemy camp goes. And then, of course, in time, Osgiliath fell to ruin. The peoples of Gondor left that place, and, oh well, right before that, it was completely abandoned, actually. Minas Ithil fell to Mordor. It was renamed Minas Morgul, as you are all very aware. And then, of course, Minas Tirith was renamed to Minas Tirith, the Tower of Guard. So where Minas Morgul became the Tower of Sorcery and was a constant blight in the side of Gondor, they renamed their chief city to Minas Tirith to guard against that blight. And here it now stands. Another little fun tidbit about Minas Tirith is we call this the Tower of Ecthelion, which would make you think that one of the stewards named Ecthelion built it, but you would be wrong. Ecthelion did not build the tower. Ecthelion repaired the tower, and then thereafter, in modern times, the times of the Third Age, when the War of the Ring kicks off, it then came to be known as the Tower of Ecthelion, purely because he had repaired it.
Keep a lookout! Be still! This way! Be watchful!
And we don't really know who actually... I assume it was built... I mean, as I say, we don't know who built it, and we can only really assume that it was built when Minas Tirith was built. There's no reason to suggest otherwise. Bows! Oh, were you included in that? No, didn't think you were. Didn't think you were. You're all level 2, aren't you? Bare minimum. Yeah. I've told them all to stand still. Gandalf will gain experience by just being next to them. Boromir will gain experience by just being next to them. And Pippin will do the same. Faramir, we're also telling him to stop. Faramir, you can do that. You don't have a ranged. You might as well throw stones if you can. Alright, here they come. It's on. Now, if memory serves again, and it frequently doesn't, they just push for the gate, I think. But we'll have to wait and see. We need to survive for 16 minutes. 16 real minutes. And then we can call in the forces of Rohan. Now, what they're going to do first of all is take out all of our farms. We should probably just send the cavalry out to go die at this point. We're getting very near to the end of the campaign. But the Trebs will fire on them. Ah, you need your level 2, one of them. Actually, then, yeah, I would like you guys to go out and die. Go and attack the siege equipment. Quietly, men, quietly. And they do bring real siege towers. Those are real siege towers. They will allow their units to climb on our walls. Call in some reinforcements. Oh, there's a Nazgul. There's a Nazgul. Oh, we've allowed the elves to die. No, Men of Rune. And he just pronounced Rune properly. That never happens. Ah, that's brilliant. I did not expect that at all. I just assumed he would say run. Nice. Yes, and another siege weapon. We only need one more and then that's level 2. That's very important to get that though. So you archers, if you would not mind just toddling out there and dying so that I can upgrade our trebuchets on the walls to fire. No, we don't. No, we aren't. See, Pippin's just gaining experience without doing anything. The archers target the trebuchets. It's very frustrating.
Use the siege weapon now.
We've improved the workshop.
Yes. Yes, 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 yes.
We can't command any more troops.
Line up the counterweight.
Line up the counterweight. Let's get you guys to just go to the front and shoot over the wall.
Push, men, push. Keep a lookout. Tighten the rope.
And you're giving me my fire. Yes, you are.
We're ready with the new firestone. Set the balance.
Set the balance.
Keep a lookout. Set the balance. Make ready the trebuchet.
I can't believe you have to individually upgrade the trebuchets. What nonsense is this?
Counterweight. Keep a lookout. Make ready the trebuchet.
Under attack.
Now what we need are those fire arrows. Gandalf's the most likely to get to level 8. Oh, did you just hit our own gate? Ah, yeah, you did. Can you climb up the stairs? You're not damaging it, but you're also not doing anything. And that's what I'm mostly concerned about. I think you can. Yes, you can. Nice to see. There we are. You guys can't actually reach anything, so we might as well do the same thing with you. Now we could do with some cav, actually, I think. now that I've had that cav killed off. How many command points are you? No, we can only get one. We can get 2 archers though, which will give us fire arrows, then we'll get them killed off. And then we'll get another cav unit.
Keep it down. Watch your backs. Here we go.
There we are. Gandalf's level 7. Our Trebs are on their way down. It's all coming together very nicely. They can try and storm this keep, and it will not fall.
They have attacked. Riders of the mark. Stay sharp. The battle awaits. Be on guard.
Don't worry too much about the buildings. Just destroy the free siege equipment that they're bringing in.
Men of Rohan, we must destroy those catapults.
Yeah, I'm doing what I can. I'm doing what I can. There's bloody millions of buggers though. Oh, Jesus, they brought like 8 catapults per side.
And his prey.
Nah, that thing will go down surely. Come on, guys.
Be still.
Right, you archers there. How have we done with the siege? Oh, I think we've killed most of it actually. Nicely done, nicely done. Let's run you out north. We can use the flaming arrows now.
Be on your guard, men.
Nice.
The enemy could be near.
More flaming arrows. Yes, everyone's going to have flaming arrows. We've got all the Trebs set up. This is going well. Give them a heal. Got those 2 on the gate. What you going to do, Mordor? Is this all you have? Is this the best you can muster? Pathetic. I remember this level being harder as well. But this is not proving all that challenging. Oh, if you bring, yeah, look, just coax him down. Just coax him down. There we are. It's like a shooting gallery. Stupid. They may be undead, but that doesn't mean they're clever. Bugger, they're going to get that wall, that tower up there. Ah, no, the Trebs will deal with it. Yeah, down it goes. Ah, but the 4th camps are getting set up, which means that they'll start moving on these walls. We will change these to Trebs. The towers don't really prove all that useful. Demolish the D key rather than the delete button. Who would have thought that? Under attack, but that's fine. We need them to die really, because I think a unit of cav would be useful. Oh, come off it! Faramir? Do you mind if I ask what you think you're doing?
Keep those boulders ready.
Well, Faramir apparently has a death wish whether Denethor's commanded him to go to his death or not. Oh, and so have you. No, you're the ones that I sent to die, aren't you, actually? No, ignore that. Ignore that. I'm being harsh. How did he go from there all the way down over there?
These paths shall remain safe.
There you go. Look, you've got your own little watchtowery bit. Now stay there and lead the army like a proper commander. Plus 75% pierce armor. Oh yeah, if we could have had more knights, then at least we would have been able to counter arrow fire. More siege towers, but we've managed to hold them off. They present little to no threat to us. The Trebs just ruined them. Oh, he's gone again. Faramir, for goodness sake. Oh, it's because of that, isn't it? It's because of the ability. More orcs. More siege. I'm too worried about the siege towers. It's the catapults I want to get killed off.
They may be near.
Right, Faramir, don't do your wounding arrows so that you blooming well stand on the walls like you're told. Gandalf's been standing on the walls. He's not been going off on a death wish.
Silver Tree banner is ready.
Easterlings of Hrun.
We're under attack.
The elves will hit them. Oh, they have huge health bars.
Stay focused, elves.
Yeah, we killed off a few of the elves there, didn't we? Those siege towers are going far. Ah, but the Trebs have got them. And that one as well. Yes! You can't get through the walls of Minas Tirith. The men of Ruin have just run to the gate, where they've decided to then die. Keep denying them leadership abilities in this sort of death ground by growing the forest. All enemy units lose all leadership bonuses, and all allied units get 40% plus armor. We don't have any allied units, but we can at least deny them the leadership abilities, allowing them to press on. We've only got 4 more minutes until Rohan comes, and we will easily win this. This has proven to be much simpler than I expected. I was expecting this to be at least a passable challenge, but it's not been that. We haven't had to do anything. I don't think we've lost a single thing apart from the ones we were sent out to die.
Onward.
Ah, but now Grond comes. Oh dear. Now I talk about hubris. Come on! Come on! Bugger. Well, hot damn. Everybody stay on the walls, just create an area of death. The tower guard will hold them on the other sides. They're in standard formation. It's disappointing. In the second game, you can repair gates. And you can repair gates in normal citadels, but I think because this is Minas Tirith, and the gate is supposed to sort of fall, you can't. But it doesn't really matter, because they've got 2.5 minutes, and that's the first unit to get anywhere even near our walls, really. Although you lost a Treb, that must have been a Nazgul.
They haven't seen me angry yet.
I imagine that as soon as Éomer arrives, that's just going to tick off as completed. Because Éomer's already level 9, I think. He might even be level 10. Alright, here they come. The hordes are coming now.
Keep up the pace. We must be vigilant.
And they are going to try and run in.
Watch the horizon. We mustn't let them.
So I'm going to send Boromir and Faramir down there with Gandalf.
Be alert.
You're going to be in a stop position.
Counterweight.
Line up the counterweight. I know I've said it before, but when I was younger, I always thought he was saying line up, then count and wait. Which made sense, because it's a trebuchet. You'd count when you're going to fire it, and you'd wait. But now that I'm older and I understand how trebuchets work, I realise he's saying line up the counterweight. Well, the troll made it through. Gandalf's slow to earn that experience, though, isn't he? Give those archers there a heal. They're being pinned by those enemy orcs. Oh, we lost the one on that front gate there. Oh, cool. Get another cavalry unit. It's good to have at least a couple of cav units.
We can't command any more troops.
More come. They're bringing a battering ram. 2 more tier 2 trolls. Again, thank you all for reminding me once more. In the second game, Ologhai and Mountain Trolls are 2 different units. So the Mountain Trolls are your basic troll and the Ologhai are your tier 2s. In this game, an Ologhai is just a level 2 Mountain Troll. And when they go to level 2, they get a visual upgrade. But that's all it is. Rohan comes. And as expected, that just ticked off. Yes.
Let us hunt. This will be a day to remember.
Why aren't you 2 mounted? You're the king of Rohan.
Men of Rohan.
Get on top of your bloody horse.
We ride.
Oh no, I've just put them all in the wrong one.
Riders of the mark.
Riders of the Mark.
We must defend our country.
Come together, hunters.
Come together, hunters.
Keep them at a distance.
Right, get all of them to safety. Just get out of the way.
Riders of the mark. Punish these enemies of Rohan. Break
Oh,
off.
we're going to lose a whole unit.
Here.
Oh, and Mary.
Do something.
Mary, just go and stand over there.
Watchful eye. Drop beneath us. The darkness covers
Are
our
these
land.
Eastlings pike units?
Strike them down. Push on. Ha.
I think we might have lost an entire Rohan archer battalion.
Stay
Oh
sharp.
no, look at that. He just about made it out. Oh dear. Do we have a well anywhere?
Rohan must stand. They will rot beneath us. Gather your
Oh, it's alright. He is level 2. As long as we just keep them away from anything that might kill them now, then we should be alright.
away. They will rot beneath us.
Gate will be fine.
Maintain order.
Oh, we've killed our own tower guard.
Let us hunt some more.
Oh, bugger.
Rally to me.
Oh, bugger.
Keep a watch.
The Moomakil just arrived.
Gather your weapons.
There they are. Let them march on the gates.
Let us hunt some more. We must defend our
Gather your
country.
weapons.
Oh, they got so close to being perfect there. So close to being perfect. Did you hear that? The Haradrim have come from the south to aid Sauron. So close. They got Rune right and they got Sauron wrong. I mean, it's just not possible. How could you get Rune right and get Sauron wrong? Oh dear. Oh well, they tried their best. Oh, that was a killer. Look at Boromir just standing there, nonchalant. Oh, did a trebuchet just go off near me? I hadn't noticed. Right, let's use the free Rohirrim.
The battle awaits.
Although really you want archers against Moomakil. Look at that.
Men of Rohan.
Speaking of archers, you guys healed up? Yes, you are. It's time for your glorious charge, men. Can we do anything? Ah, no, we need 8. Now we can make Aragorn better.
Stay sharp.
Let's do some hit and running, please. Goodness gracious. Their arrow fire is ridiculous. And look at their range.
Your weapons. Now is the hour. Throw them out.
Yes. Moomakil. Worthless beasts.
Gather your
Alright, let's
weapons.
end this.
Watchful eye. Men of Rohan. It's the enemy. Strike forward.
It's disappointing that the cavalry archers can't get the anti-arrow shields.
Men of Rohan. Now is the hour. Men of the Riddermark.
We're not even going to need Aragorn and the army of the
Gather your
undead.
weapons. Rohan must
Not at this
stand.
rate.
Now is the hour. Men of Rohan.
Right, we are going to have to deal with that Nazgul though, because it's going to come back and hit us. There it is.
They are no match. Strike them down. For the king. Keep these lands safe. Rohan must stand.
Get out of there, get out of there, get out of there, get out of there. Need the elves. The elves will do it.
The darkness covers our land. We must defend our country. Be on guard.
Gonna just scamper back to the safety of our little of our little well and heal up. No, they're going through the main gate. We don't want to go through the main gate. Oh, one of the elves survived.
The enemy is upon us, men.
Ah, yes, Boromir has a troll knockdown. That's so handy. Alright, team 1, let's run down here and then we'll head out. I think we got them.
Right.
Unless some overwhelming numbers come later, the army of the dead's just totally unnecessary. Surplus to requirement. Oh, Boromir getting stuck in there.
Stand as your captain.
Or rather, Boromir just gonna die, apparently.
Come with me.
Yep, he's dead.
Rally again.
Who's letting the bloody Ola guy up there?
Let us prepare for this war. We must be ready. We cannot fail. Rohan must stand. Stay sharp.
Alright, let's go and finish him.
Enemy has grown stronger.
The enemy has grown stronger. Boromir alive.
We must defend our country.
Gather your weapons.
Right, Team 2.
Men of Rohan.
Kill that Mumakil.
We must
Team
defend
1.
our country.
Rohirrim! Die, foul creatures!
Riders of the mark. Here.
Team 1 just right over there. The fake Rohan will come and do what they need to do.
Reclaim this land for the king.
Kill what you can.
Foul creatures! Die, foul creatures!
Yes, one Mumakil's down.
Watchful eye.
Kill that second one if you would. The Men of Rune, despite being pikes. Oh, look how many we just lost there. I don't have a heal. I don't have a heal.
Strike them down. Strike swiftly. We've destroyed them. Prepare for battle.
Be
Away.
on guard!
Let's get them out.
Stay sharp! Sha! Trample them into the crowd!
Well, and there we are. And what do we do now? Once we kill all of these, will that be it? Just wait and see, I suppose.
Break off!
Prepare for battle. Set
Men of
forth.
Rohan!
Have an arrow ready.
Say not that he has fallen. Let's move Team 3 so they actually have something to do. And we might as well move Neri down there as well, I suppose.
Have any good stories for me?
Oh, Boromir. Stop going out there on your own. He's just so determined to prove himself. He knows he shouldn't be here. And so he's desperate to make sure that it's worth our time that he is.
The land is full of danger! We must act quickly!
We are warriors of the Shire.
Oh, he is handy to stopping those trolls just ploughing through though, isn't he?
Enemy has grown stronger.
Elven warriors.
They're on the walls! They're on the walls!
No, they're not.
Our forces are under
Be
attack!
vigilant, yeomen.
Be vigilant, yeoman.
Must be defended!
Who's on the walls? Where?
Rohirrim.
Riders of the mark!
I can see. Ah, yes. Oh, look, this game is so old. It doesn't even think that you can have that many heroes along the bottom. Oh, that's funny. Now, if memory serves again, yeah, these guys kill things by just running into them. They're just the ultimate cavalry. And we really don't need them. We absolutely smashed this. To call it a battle would be unfair. To call it a massacre would be more accurate.
We must fight with courage!
I shall wait.
I shall wait. Aragorn, Legolas, and Gimli should be able to deal with those. You guys come and deal with that last set.
We've improved the smithing.
We shall not fall!
Give at least these three something to do.
Cover, men!
And that's it. The incredibly simple battle of the Pelennor Fields. Glory. I must.
Brave warriors have slain
yeah.
the forces of evil.
I'm really not expecting the Black Gate to be all that hard because that was not difficult in the slightest. Oh, look at them running. It's like they're gliding along the floor. It takes a real jump in the volume level there. It becomes ridiculously loud. But Gondor has been saved. Mordor's forces have broken upon the great fortress of Minas Tirith. And of course this is a movie tie-in version of Minas Tirith, so there is no black wall on the lower half of the city. The golden sword in today's game goes to that unit right there. A ranger battalion with 143 kills. Oh, that gives you 8 powers. Oh, that's brilliant. Does it jump straight to the Black Gate?
Mordor stands between the ring bearer
Ah,
and the fires of Mount
yeah, no.
Doom. If they are not drawn out, Sauron will find the hobbits and reclaim his prize.
So now you get to just play as many of these little ones as you want. And then once you've taken Dead Marshes and Dagorlad, you can then move on the Black Gate. So it's now like a get yourself and your army ready. So what I'm going to do, because the minor skirmishes, I'm not overly bothered about playing those for the channel any further, so I'm going to end today's episode here, and then off screen I'm going to just shore up these two armies in a couple of battles here and there, which I don't think you'll miss out. And then we'll play the Black Gate, which I believe is the final battle of the campaign. And then we're going to jump over to Battle for Middle-earth 2. Now, the marked difference in Battle for Middle-earth 2 is that the campaign has none of this freedom aspect. It is all scripted battles. It is scripted map, then follows straight into another scripted map, like you might have expected from a normal campaign. And instead, this mode, where you can conquer the world as you see fit, is instead shuffled off into its own mode that they call the War of the Ring. But the campaign itself is entirely linear with scripted missions only. But until we speak again, though, friends, I hope you've enjoyed this episode as much as I have. We are unfortunately winding down. The campaign in Battle of Middle-earth is not long. And as I say, I'll fight a couple of these off screen, and then I'll see you in the next episode for the Black Gate. But until then, Nevair Neden Perimad Melonin, and farewell.